There comes a point in life when you realize that not every insult deserves a reply and not every act of disrespect deserves your attention. Silence is not weakness. Many people stay quiet not because they have nothing to say, but because they understand that peace is more valuable than proving a point. When someone disrespects you, they are not exposing your value, they are exposing their own mindset. People who carry bitterness inside themselves often try to spread it onto others. That is why you must never allow another person's behavior to control your emotions or steal your focus. Most people react immediately when they feel attacked. They argue, defend themselves, and try to win every battle with words. But true strength is found in self-control. The moment you react to every insult, you hand your power over to the person provoking you. Silence protects your dignity. It keeps you calm while others lose control. Wisdom understands that not every misunderstanding needs correction and not every opinion deserves your explanation. Strong people know that arguing with ignorance only drains energy. You cannot convince someone who has already decided to misunderstand you. The more you defend yourself to people committed to judging you, the more trapped you become in a battle that was never worth fighting. Sometimes the most powerful response is to simply walk away and continue building your life. A lion does not stop its journey every time noise surrounds it. It remains focused on where it is going. History has shown that truth does not need to scream in order to stand firm. Even in moments of false accusation, silence can carry more power than endless words. When your character is genuine, time will reveal it naturally. People may speak against you today, but eventually actions expose what words try to hide. This is why calmness is a form of strength. It shows maturity, discipline, and confidence in who you are. There will always be people who criticize your dreams, question your intentions, or try to make you feel smaller because they are uncomfortable with your growth. But their negativity is not a reflection of your future. Often, people attack what they do not understand or what secretly intimidates them. Secure people do not spend their time tearing others down. Only those struggling within themselves feel the need to disrespect others in order to feel important. Never let another person's brokenness define your worth. Your value does not decrease because someone fails to recognize it. Just as money keeps its value even when crumpled or stepped on, your worth remains the same regardless of how others treat you. You were created with purpose, and no insult can remove that purpose unless you allow it to live inside your mind. Real power is not found in having the last word. Real power is found in restraint. It takes discipline to stay calm when you know you could destroy someone with your response. It takes maturity to choose peace over pride. Silence is not surrender. It is strategy. It is the ability to rise above distractions and focus on what truly matters instead of wasting energy on temporary battles. People may forget the rumors spoken about you, but they will always remember the way you carried yourself during difficult moments. Your composure speaks louder than anger ever could. Staying silent in the face of disrespect shows confidence because it proves that your identity is not dependent on another person's opinion. You no longer need validation from people who were never assigned to define your value. So, when disrespect comes your way, remember this: you do not need to react to everything. You do not need to prove yourself to everyone. Stay focused on your purpose, protect your peace, and let your actions speak for you. In the end, silence often says more than words ever could, and the strongest people are not the ones who shout the loudest, but the ones who remain steady while the world around them loses control. There will always be people who fail to see your value. Some will ignore your efforts, criticize your dreams, or treat you as if you are less than who you truly are. But you must never allow their opinions to become your identity. What someone says about you cannot change the truth of who you are. Too many people spend their lives searching for approval, believing their worth depends on how others see them. But the moment your confidence depends on outside validation, your peace becomes controlled by other people's opinions. Real confidence is built differently. It comes from knowing your value even when nobody applauds you, supports you, or recognizes your potential. Many of the greatest people in history were misunderstood long before they were respected. Joseph was betrayed and rejected before he rose to power. David was overlooked and mocked before becoming a king. Even Jesus faced rejection from the very people he came to help. Their stories remind us that disrespect is not proof that you are failing. Sometimes it is simply part of the journey toward your purpose. The opinions of others cannot stop what is meant for your life unless you allow them to weaken your spirit. You must reach a point where criticism no longer controls your emotions. When people gossip about you, keep moving forward. When they insult your name, let your character answer for you. Your reaction to disrespect reveals whether you are ruled by emotions or grounded in self-awareness. The moment anger takes control, you give power to the person trying to provoke you. But when you stay calm and refuse to be shaken, you show that their words hold no authority over your life. There is strength in becoming someone who cannot easily be offended. People often manipulate others through emotional reactions. They provoke, insult, and criticize because they know reactions create weakness. But when you refuse to be controlled by offense, you become free from their influence. Those who try to pull you down eventually realize they no longer have access to your peace, and that is true emotional strength. Silence in difficult moments is not weakness. It is maturity. Anyone can argue. Anyone can lose control and fight back. But it takes wisdom to remain composed, to walk away with dignity, and to stay focused on your vision while others are distracted by negativity. That kind of discipline separates strong people from emotional ones. In time, success speaks louder than any argument ever could. The same people who doubted you may one day be forced to witness the results of your persistence. So when someone disrespects you, do not allow their words to settle in your heart. Do not let another person's negativity shake your confidence or distract you from your purpose. Their behavior reveals their character, not your value. Stay focused, protect your peace, and allow your life to become the answer. Life will continue to test your patience. There will always be moments where people try to provoke you, challenge you, or make you question yourself. But those moments reveal who truly has control. Immaturity reacts to everything. Wisdom knows when silence is more powerful than words. A child reacts instantly to frustration because emotions control them. But maturity brings restraint. Mature people understand that not every insult deserves attention and not every conflict deserves energy. If you spend your life reacting to every offense, you will constantly feel exhausted and distracted. Disrespect is unavoidable. The real question is not whether it will happen, but how you will respond when it does. Will anger lead your decisions, or will wisdom guide your actions? The moment frustration controls you, you lose focus on your purpose and begin wasting energy trying to prove yourself to people who were never meant to define your worth in the first place. Reaction often destroys peace faster than the original insult. Angry words, emotional outbursts, and unnecessary arguments create damage that could have been avoided through patience and self-control. Wisdom teaches you that silence can carry more power than endless explanations. Not every situation deserves your time, attention, or emotional energy. Sometimes the strongest response is no response at all. The wisest people are not always the loudest. They are the ones who know when to speak and when to remain quiet. Even during false accusations and public humiliation, Jesus demonstrated calmness and restraint because truth does not need constant defense. Once you understand this, you stop feeling the need to win every argument or prove yourself to every critic. You become more focused on purpose than on public opinion. It takes discipline to stay silent when pride wants to react. It takes inner strength to walk away when emotions want revenge. But the person who stays calm protects their peace, while the one who reacts often loses it. Reaction is a trap that keeps people distracted, emotionally drained, and far from their purpose. Silence, however, becomes a weapon of wisdom. It protects your focus and reminds you that your energy is too valuable to waste on meaningless battles. The more you react, the more control you hand over to others. The calmer you become, the stronger you grow. When you truly know your worth, you stop feeling the need to answer every insult or explain yourself to people determined not to understand you. Instead, you remain disciplined, focused, and committed to your path. In the end, success becomes the loudest response to disrespect, and a life lived with purpose will always speak louder than words. When someone tries to provoke you, pause before you react. Take a breath and remember that not every comment deserves your attention. Do not allow another person's ignorance to pull you away from your purpose. Staying calm in difficult moments is not weakness, it is wisdom. The person who learns how to control their emotions instead of being controlled by them has already won half the battle. Silence carries a kind of power that most people never understand because truth does not need to fight to exist. It does not beg for approval, argue for acceptance, or depend on the opinions of others to remain true. Truth stands firm on its own no matter how many people doubt it, reject it, or refuse to see it. Once you truly understand this, you stop exhausting yourself trying to convince everyone of your value. You stop feeling pressured to explain your intentions to people who already decided to misunderstand you before you even spoke. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that if they just keep explaining themselves long enough, eventually everyone will understand them. But the reality is that people only understand what they are willing to understand. You cannot force clarity into a closed mind, and you cannot make someone see your heart when they are determined to judge you from a distance. That is why constantly defending yourself becomes a distraction. Every moment spent trying to prove your worth to the wrong people is energy taken away from your purpose. There will always be critics. There will always be people who question your vision, doubt your dreams, or speak negatively about your character. But their opinions do not have the power to change who you are unless you allow them to take root inside you. Your purpose is still your purpose even when nobody believes in it. Your value remains the same even when people fail to recognize it. Jesus understood this deeply. During moments of false accusation and criticism, he did not waste his energy arguing with every voice that rose against him. He remained calm because he understood that truth does not need endless defense. He knew his mission was greater than public opinion, and because of that, he refused to let the noise distract him from what he was called to do. There is a lesson in that for all of us. If you spend your life trying to make everyone understand you, you will lose focus on what truly matters. Your actions will always speak louder than your explanations. A meaningful life does not need constant advertisement. In time, discipline reveals itself. Results reveal themselves. The same people who doubted you may eventually witness the outcome of your persistence and realize that their criticism never stopped your growth. That is why silence can be so powerful. When you stop arguing and start building, when you stop defending yourself and start improving yourself, your energy shifts from proving people wrong to becoming everything you were created to be. Think about a seed planted in the ground. It never argues with those who doubt its potential. It does not beg people to believe it will grow into something great. It simply stays rooted, continues developing beneath the surface, and in time becomes impossible to ignore. Your life works the same way. Your responsibility is not to chase recognition. Your responsibility is to stay grounded, keep growing, stay disciplined, and allow time to reveal the truth naturally. When you understand this, criticism loses its ability to shake you. Misunderstanding no longer offends you because you realize not everyone is meant to understand your path. You stop wasting emotional energy on people who have no influence over your destiny. Instead, you move with confidence, knowing that truth eventually reveals itself without force. So when people doubt you, continue working. When they question your vision, stay focused. When they speak against you, remain composed. Let your growth answer for you. Time has a way of exposing what is real, and eventually the truth always rises to the surface. Whenever someone disrespects you, your first instinct may be to defend yourself or correct them immediately. But often, the moment you step into an argument with disrespect, you lower yourself into a battle that was never worth your peace. Engaging in every conflict does not make you powerful. In many cases, it only distracts you from your purpose. Truly confident people understand this. They do not waste their lives fighting every negative opinion because they know their value is not reduced by another person's inability to recognize it. Someone else's disrespect does not control your future. It does not define your destiny or determine your worth. So why hand them your energy? Why allow temporary negativity to steal your focus? The strongest people are not those who react to everything around them. The strongest people are the ones who remain steady, disciplined, and focused while others try to pull them into unnecessary battles. Silence is not weakness. Sometimes it is the clearest sign that you have grown beyond the need to prove yourself to anyone. The moment you react with anger to disrespect, you hand your peace over to the person trying to provoke you. The moment you start defending yourself to people who were never important to your journey, you give their opinions more value than they deserve. Wise people understand that not every conflict deserves their energy. They know that answering every insult only drains focus and feeds negativity. Sometimes silence is the strongest response, not because you are weak or speechless, but because you understand that certain people are not worthy of your attention. Not every attack is your battle to fight. Not every opinion deserves space in your mind. The more you entertain negativity, the more power it gains over your emotions. But when you stay calm and refuse to react, people lose the ability to control you. Your silence becomes proof that your peace matters more than winning pointless arguments. Look at the people who made the greatest impact in history. They did not spend their lives arguing with critics or trying to explain themselves to everyone who doubted them. They remained committed to their purpose. They stayed disciplined. They allowed their actions to become their response. Even Jesus, when insulted and mocked, did not waste his time fighting every accusation. He understood that his mission was greater than the opinions of those attacking him. Because he stayed focused, truth eventually revealed itself without him needing to force it. The same principle applies to your life. Every time you get distracted by disrespect, you step away from your purpose and enter a conversation that adds nothing to your future. Many people provoke others because they want attention. They want a reaction. They want to pull you into their frustration and negativity. Do not give them that opportunity. A person who truly knows their value does not waste time trying to convince others of it. The strongest response to disrespect is growth. Keep moving forward. Keep improving yourself. Keep building the life you are called to build. When you continue succeeding despite criticism, your success speaks louder than any argument ever could. The people who once doubted you may eventually watch you become everything they claimed you could never be. And in that moment, your results will speak for themselves. If you constantly react to disrespect, you become trapped in endless negativity. But when you choose silence and self-control, you protect your peace, your focus, and your strength. You show that your direction in life cannot be shaken by the opinions of people who do not matter. Over time, those who tried to discourage you will have no choice but to witness your progress. So, when someone tries to drag you into unnecessary conflict, remember that you do not have to participate. You do not need to argue. You do not need to defend every rumor or answer every insult. Stay calm. Stay focused. Let your life become the response. In the end, time and character always reveal the truth more clearly than words ever can. No matter what others say about you, no matter how people try to misunderstand or misrepresent you, the truth about who you are will eventually come to light. This is why patience matters. This is why integrity matters. Too many people waste years trying to fix every false perception others have about them. They spend their energy arguing, explaining, and proving themselves to people who already decided not to understand them. But the harder you fight for approval, the more control you give away. Wise people do not chase validation. They stay committed to their path and trust that time will expose what is genuine. Character is far more powerful than reputation. Reputation depends on what people say about you, and people can lie, gossip, and spread false stories. But character is deeper than public opinion. Character is who you truly are when no one is watching, and that truth cannot be destroyed by rumors. In the long run, it is character that defines your legacy. When someone insults you or spreads lies about you, your greatest response is not revenge or endless defense. Your greatest response is to continue living with integrity. Continue being honest. Continue walking with discipline. Continue becoming the best version of yourself. Lies may travel quickly, but truth lasts longer. When someone disrespects you, do not lower yourself to their level by responding with the same bitterness they showed you. Rising above negativity is not weakness, it is wisdom. The strongest people are not the loudest ones in the room. They are the ones who stay grounded, focused, and unshaken, while others try to pull them into chaos. In the end, consistency, character, and purpose will always outlast criticism. Never lower your dignity just to answer someone's disrespect. Your peace, your character, and your purpose are worth far more than winning temporary arguments. Time has a way of exposing what is genuine and revealing what is false. A tree never struggles to convince people that it is growing. It simply continues to grow, and eventually its strength becomes impossible to deny. In the same way, your consistency, discipline, integrity, and actions will always speak louder than words. If you stay committed to your work, remain faithful to your purpose, and continue moving forward with patience, the people who once doubted you will eventually notice your growth. Throughout history, many great leaders were misunderstood before they were respected. They were criticized, rejected, and spoken against, yet they did not waste their lives chasing approval or trying to prove their worth to every critic. Instead, they stayed focused on their mission, and with time, the truth revealed itself. Jesus showed this kind of wisdom when he faced accusation and rejection. He did not spend his energy arguing with those determined to misunderstand him. He understood that truth does not need constant defense because, in the right time, it reveals itself naturally. There is a powerful lesson in that. When people speak against you, question your character, or try to discredit your name, you do not always need to respond. Let your actions speak. Let your consistency speak. Let time accomplish what arguments never can. If you continue walking with integrity and remain dedicated to your purpose, negativity cannot stop what is meant for your life. Silence in moments of disrespect is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the confidence of knowing that truth does not expire just because someone refuses to recognize it today. It is the discipline to stay focused on your goals instead of becoming distracted by meaningless conflict. It is trusting that your life will eventually prove what your words never needed to explain. So when people doubt you, keep building. When they mock your vision, continue growing. When they disrespect you, keep moving forward without allowing bitterness to enter your heart. Over time, your progress will become the answer. Your success, your peace, and your character will speak more loudly than any argument ever could. Life will always bring moments that test your patience and challenge your self-control. People will misunderstand you. Some will question your intentions, criticize your journey, or try to make you feel smaller than you are. But the way you respond in those moments determines whether you stay in control of yourself or hand that control over to others. Real strength is not found in emotional reactions. Real strength is found in restraint. Wisdom is not proven by how loudly you defend yourself, but by how calmly you carry yourself when others try to disturb your peace. Success is never built by spending your life proving yourself to everyone around you. It is built by remaining committed to your purpose even when nobody understands your vision. When you stop engaging in unnecessary battles, when you refuse to react to every insult, and when you trust time and character to reveal the truth, you rise above the noise. You show that your identity is not dependent on opinions and that your focus is stronger than distractions. The people who truly know who they are do not allow insults to define them. They continue becoming better, stronger, and wiser regardless of what others say. They understand that silence can sometimes carry more authority than endless explanations. They know that consistency will always outlast criticism. So keep moving forward. Keep growing through every challenge. Keep becoming the person you were created to be. Stay disciplined when others lose control. Stay focused when distractions try to pull you away from your purpose. Stay grounded in your values no matter what people say about you. In the end, your patience, your growth, your character, and your unwavering focus will always say more than words ever could. Motiva Mind. Stay strong on your journey, keep believing in your purpose, and thank you for listening. Life is not about answering every insult or proving your worth to people who refuse to see it. True power is found in silence, self-control, and the discipline to stay focused on your purpose while others waste their energy on negativity. Let your character speak louder than arguments, let time reveal the truth, and let your success become the response no words could ever give. Those who remain calm, grounded, and unwavering in the face of disrespect are the ones who ultimately rise above it all.